Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Big shout out again to my buddy Hesh for sending me the Xbox Series X. He wanted me to play with him and my friends, our friends, so bad that he had ordered another Xbox because he thought something was wrong with his. So he sent me his spare one, which did not have any issues, and I picked up the Xbox Series X game Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I'm a big fan of the films. Probably one of my favorite horror series, except the new ones, they weren't really very good, or the newest one. You can play this on Xbox One, so I would have been able to play it, but you cannot cross play between generations. So I think Xbox One plays with PS4, and PS5 plays with Xbox Series X and PC. So I wouldn't have been able to play with them. So this is on Game Pass if you have that. I opted to pick it up because I don't play video games enough really anymore, and it was like, I don't know, $40, and I had a bunch of gift cards, so I think I paid $30 on Amazon for it. This is sort of like Dead by Daylight, kind of. It's a online only um, multiplayer game where it's an uneven member of people on the teams. So the bad guys have three people, and the good guys, the survivors, have four. You can pick either Leatherface or the Hitchhiker or some of the characters that were, I think, in the initial conception of the films but didn't make it into the movie. Grandpa's in the game. And then you can pick these survivors who look sort of like the survivors from the first movie but don't have the same names. The point of the game is to either use your abilities as the bad guys or the good guys to kill the good guys, or in the good guys' case, get out and escape. You can escape by finding fuses and using them in a door in the basement and unlocking a door for like 30 seconds and escaping, which sounds easier than it really is. You can go upstairs and make your way to a certain exit, get to a parking lot, and there's a battery with an electric fence, and you have to shut the battery off before they kill you, and then open the fence by lock picking it and escaping. There's lots of stealth in terms of the survivors, and then there's lots of just trying to bottleneck the survivors as the killers and using your abilities. So, like throughout the game, you have to feed Grandpa blood from the killers or from blood you find around the map in these bowls. And the stronger Grandpa gets, he then shows you where everyone is on the map if they're moving. If they stand still, because it warns them, if they stand still, you don't know where they are still. So the point is to track them down and kill them. Leatherface has his trusty chainsaw, which he can run around the map with, but it can stall if you overheat it. The Hitchhiker has a little blade he uses, like in the movie, but you're able to set traps on the ground and catch people. The cook from the film is in it. You could play as him, and each of them have pros and cons. Some of them can sneak through walls the way the survivors can, some can't. Leatherface really can't sneak through anything, but he can destroy certain obstacles to open up those areas. So it's a lot of knowing what playstyle you enjoy, whether it be the survivors or the killers, and what kind of abilities you like using. I like Leatherface, I like the Hitchhiker. As the survivors, I use a character that ends up lockpicking really quickly and really well. So I'm able to do it without making noise and alerting the killers, and I try to, escape with my friends or whatever. It's really fun. It's an asymmetrical game. As I said, there's four good guys and three bad guys. There's not a huge roster of people to pick from. I'm hoping in the future they get the license to maybe get some of the characters from the second movie, excuse me, or the third movie, or the Matthew McConaughey one. I really like the Next Generation. It's really silly, but there are some costumes and stuff in the game you can change into with each character depending on if you play a number of times as those characters, etc. There's achievements for escaping a number of times. It really depends on how the other team is, and if your team starts to disconnect or act stupid, you probably won't make it. It's really a very team-oriented game, just like Dead by Daylight, more like Friday the 13th, where there's different kind of options and things you can do. So if you played the Friday the 13th game, it's made by Gun Media, who made this game. So it's a similar formula. This one's better, it's tighter, it looks better. It's not as glitchy or as goofy as the Friday the 13th game, but still very fun. I enjoyed that one too. And if you like asymmetrical online multiplayer games going against real people, you'll like it. It's very fun. I just hope they expand upon it in the future because it seems a little not samey, but I could see the main characters getting a little boring. where you would hope they maybe get more survivors or pull from more of the movies and get the licenses and give you more killers, it's, stuff like that. So overall, I really enjoy this game. I think it's a fun game to pop in for a round or two, just like Friday the 13th or Dead by Daylight, and play with your friends. It's not something you'll play probably for like 4 hours, but you'll play for an hour or two with your friends and have a good time. It can be frustrating, especially when you are a survivor and you pop out of the basement, or you don't even get out of the basement and you get killed pretty much instantly. It depends on how good they are. It depends on if they're good at tracking and what their abilities are, and you can put little things and abilities on your character to make less noise, or in the killer's case, you can detect certain things better or use less stamina. So there's a lot of ways to play and abilities to unlock in a skill tree. So it definitely has a little bit of a variation to it. So I recommend it. Very fun. And if you liked Friday the 13th or games like Dead by Daylight, I think you'll be in good company and you'll be able to kind of pop right into this one. Let me know, guys, what you think of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I really enjoy it. Love all the movies except the newest one from, was it 22? Didn't like that one. I even like the Leatherface movie. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.